DCM works. We know someone that likes you.
Yeah, that was way better than mine. That's not fair.
Because I know how to sing.
Fuck. So this week, I wanted to thank patrons. What do we got? We got Bloody Richard from England.
Oh, is that our
Cheers.
first English?
No, we've had them before.
Okay.
Yeah, Richard, first official Englishman of the show. Thanks for donating, mate. You look great. So welcome back to this week's episode of the AFA Podcast. As always, I'm David, DCM, creative director, lead writer, DCM Works, and joined by co-host Ben.
Your title is so much more just important than
You're
mine.
just co-host.
I'm just the co-host.
I know.
God damn. I need to get like a PhD. So you have to start referring to me as Dr. Ben Hill, PhD.
Fuck. I would.
I mean, I won't get a PhD.
No.
That's not going to happen.
No, not anytime soon.
No.
The world will be over by then.
Yeah.
We'll have been greenhoused to death.
Mm-hmm.
So last week, because I'm extremely tired and terrible, we didn't bloody do What Are We Listening To?
Yeah.
So Ben, what do we listen to this week? Oh wait, hang on. No, wait, that's not how I do it. I say the topic of the episode and then So this week, yeah, I can do podcasts. So this week, we're talking about 2016 and what we're doing.
This is Christopher Walken, here to warn you that this contains some explicitly foul language. And if you don't like that, then I'll put my foot in your throat.
The soundtrack's amazing.
Yeah.
The visuals are very, well done. And, the gameplay is super fun. And, because those three things are there, it's exceptionally good.
I could do it in a heartbeat and make millions, but it would feel like just gouging my soul out.
Yeah. Jurassic Park's a little more like DDR.
If Shrek is a fairy tale creature, can he actually own land and want to kick them off? Where did that come from? You have to make a lot of shit up to make good art.
Yeah.
That's just the truth, buddy.
What are we listening to in 2016?
Well, no, because it's what we listened to this week.
Alright.
We're talking about what we're doing in 2016. But before we do that, what are we listening to, Ben? See, that's what that was supposed to be the first time. Yeah, nailed it.
I've been playing nothing but Dark Souls.
Yeah, Dark's Bloodborne, mate.
Well, it's because... So I'm going to spoil it for everyone.
Mm.
Me and David just do 4 hours of Bloodborne.
What are you talking about?
And then there's a 2-week gap between when we play it again.
Well, it'll be less than that now because there's an episode every day. So
yeah,
I don't want to have a week ahead. Anyway,
basically,
yeah,
we just burst play and then I go home for a week.
Because otherwise we're sloppy shit messes at the game.
Yeah,
'cause it's so hard.
It means that towards the end of a session, I'm actually half decent at the game again.
And it also means that I can grind in between sessions, so we have some levels and stuff.
Yeah,
which helps. So I'm doing that while I've been rendering.
To sort of tide myself over, I've been playing Dark Souls again, the first one.
In my head, you were gotta tie myself over.
Oh yeah,
I'm slapping my vein on my arm. I just realized this is an audio. I was slapping the vein on my arm.
It's
as if for heroin. For those of you at home that can't see me.
So I've been playing that, which is great. And it's crazy how, because I played Dark Souls up to I got halfway through last time. It's crazy how fast you catch up.
You need to move your phone again.
No.
Because the cell tower's that way. Ben just threw his phone. Threw it! It's gone! Get out of here, mate.
It's crazy how fast you catch up to where you were last.
Because you know
exactly what
I can
how
do
to
the
deal
whole
with
game
things.
in a heartbeat now.
Yeah, it's crazy.
It's ridiculous.
So I've been playing that.
Yeah, good. I've been listening to... I've been reading The Name of the Wind by Patrick Rothfuss again. It's so good. It was in front of us before. I don't know where it's gone. Oh, it's on my desk. Such a good book. Just the best. I've also been listening to The Last of Us on the Colby House channel. Been playing that shit. But aside from that, I've been so busy with all this moving stuff and recording. All I've been doing is stuff that's for work, so I haven't really had a chance to play anything else. I did install, and I haven't yet opened up the Tomb Raider reboot, the first one.
The 2014?
Yeah, that one. I got it for $3.
Yeah,
it looks
I got it
looks
pretty cheap as well.
So I'm gonna play that at some point.
I've gotten an hour into that, and then I just kind of got bored. I'll probably go back to it later.
Yeah, I'll probably play it through at some point. It looks like fun.
I mean, I have a lot of those, third-person character action games just piled up.
Yeah, they're kind of my genre, so I tend to play them
Hitman games. I have a bunch I need to play.
I played all of. I haven't played some of the spin-offs. I played Absolution. That was fun. I never finished it though. I just didn't care enough about it to finish it. Yeah. So that's what we've been listening to this week. So before, it's bloody cheeky before we get into the rest of the episode. So what we're doing in 2016. And this is not at all because my list is very small for 2016. This is because we have viewer questions.
Oh,
So
right.
what we're gonna
End
do
of year
some-
viewer questions.
Yeah, we're going to do some viewer questions, if that's okay with you.
This will be the last episode of 2015. Will it not? Possibly?
yeah.
Or maybe the first episode of 2016.
Could be. I don't know how it's
It's
going
the
to work
first
out.
or last of something.
Well, last week's... Yeah, it might be. I'm not sure.
Yeah. Happy New Year,
Maybe.
everyone. Possibly.
If not Happy New Year.
If not, yeah, no.
Also, but Happy New Year for next week.
Hey,
Hey,
yeah.
look at that.
Regardless, there is a New Year being
Yeah,
happy at
you're
some
a-
point
You're a new.
in the
year.
past or the future.
Yeah, I'll be very drunk. Hence why we're doing this now, so that Ben and I can just be drunk for the next
I have
2
no
months.
idea what I'm doing for New Year's.
I'm drinking. Don't know where, don't know how, but that's what's happening.
Probably with your mouth.
Probably with maybe I'll put, you can pour shots up your butt.
Up your butt, yeah.
Yeah.
Have you? There's
Science!
Been a lot of news in the internet media for Australia of people butt chugging cough syrup.
It's how you die.
Yeah,
It's how you become like a Lil Wayne.
yeah,
If you want to become a great rapper, do that.
yeah.
It'll save your teeth though.
It's an odd choice of substance to butt chug as well.
Yeah,
Cough
you could
syrup.
butt chug like.
Apparently, it gives you a wicked high.
It would. You could butt chug something good like Gatorade.
If you just really want to get rehydrated.
It would work. It would work.
Oh god.
All right. So first email. The first question comes from.
Came in an email probably.
Yeah, it was an email. That's why I
Yeah.
said email. Comes from Richard in England,
Oi.
our latest
Oi,
patron.
Richie.
We thanked you at the start, mate, but here we go again. So he asked me this through. He sent me an email, and then he sent me the same question through Patreon because
That's
apparently
fair.
our email was bouncing last week, which I have resolved. But yeah, so he says, "Hey Ben." This is rough.
Hey,
This is
hello.
rough. Yeah, this is rough. Hey Ben, and the second best host of AFA. Rude. So rude. How dare you, sir? Fucking cunt. Hey Ben, and the second best host of AFA. Quick cue for your show.
Oh wow.
In brackets, say that like it is rhymes with show. What? I don't understand what you want from me. Richard from England.
I'm confused as well.
Quick cue for your show. Say that like it rhymes with show.
Quick
Quick
Quo.
cue. Quick.
for your show.
I don't know what that
Still
means.
don't know.
I don't understand.
Hey Liam.
Hey Liam, how you doing? That's good.
Exit stage left.
Extra stage left. Had some issues with getting a project off. Okay, here we go. This is the rest of the question.
The real
The start of
question.
it was just to insult me, I think.
Alright.
Had some issues with getting a project off the ground as I'm only 19. Hard to meet people my age who are enthusiastic / professional / willing to follow through / aren't lazy / aren't dickheads. That's a pretty thorough list.
Yeah.
Any thoughts or ideas on how to overcome this kind of barrier? Question mark.
Do it yourself.
Prostitutes.
All that.
He's a follow up to the ending though. He says, "Keep up." This is rough. Keep up, the, keep up the super mediocre work, you bunch of jerks.
Thank you.
Cheers.
We will.
Richard from England.
Do it yourself.
Yeah. Basically,
It will be shitty
find
because it's your first project.
find a friend and then
No.
just make him do it every week.
No.
That's what I did. And here we are.
No. If it's your first project, do it yourself.
Yeah.
Because the biggest motivator for other people is them seeing that the person they're working with has done stuff before.
Yes.
Because they will be like, oh my god, look at what he's done. I want to do that.
Yeah.
But if you just go up to people and be like, I want to do this, in their mind they'll be thinking, oh yeah, that's cool. But they won't follow through because they won't have any
Yeah. 'Cause
reason
they need to know that you can.
Well, they won't have any reason to. Like, if you go up to, if you team, like, I've done so many, like, go to a friend, be like, oh, let's make a game. Like, you and me, we're both programmers. We can pull this out. And just one of us will just, like, phase out within a week.
Yeah.
So, really, just the best way to do it is just do it yourself.
Produce some kind of a catalog of stuff you
Yeah,
made.
like, because then you'll get experience in doing
you
whatever
get better
you're
at it
doing.
anyway.
And then, yeah, you'll have a catalog to be like, oh, I want to do this. Here's what I've done before.
Yeah. And I mean, we talked about this before. with,
Especially
like,
if you're 19. Like,
Yeah, it's tough.
literally just do it yourself.
Yeah, because like a lot of people your age aren't going to be as committed to whatever the idea is.
And like, obviously, if it's like a game, you know, there's parts that's like, oh, I'm not an artist. How can I do art? Or it's, oh, I'm not a programmer. How do I do programming?
Like, but you can do everything else pretty much. Like,
Yeah,
there is
but
stuff
literally
you can
do what you can do, and then like there are so many tools, so many like resources to do everything else. Like if you're a programmer and you need artwork, go to opengameart.org.
Yeah, or
If
buy
you-
it through the Unity store or do something like that or whatever.
if you need music, just find royalty-free music.
Yeah.
If you're an artist and you want to make a game but you don't have any programming skills, just find some drag and drop tool to make it super easy, like Construct or Game Maker.
Yeah.
Like,
Or pay a license fee and get like a game engine to use.
but then you kind of need to be a programmer.
True.
The thing
Oh
with
yeah,
like
right. That I was thinking of the opposite scenario.
Yeah.
Where you don't have an artist.
the thing, or you are an artist, you don't have a programmer.
Yeah, I was thinking if you're a programmer, you.
Honestly, if you're an artist these days, like, look at Undertale. It's made in RPG Maker. It made Squigillions because it was really well thought out and had a unique art style. I wouldn't particularly say good art style, but it's unique.
is right.
Yeah.
I guess from my experience, like, yeah, I think I totally agree with what you've said. Like, you have to have that portfolio. Before we did this, before we started DCM Works, I've been doing YouTube for 2.5 years.
Yeah.
And I've written like 8 novels. So I was like, hey, I've done all of this stuff. I'm gonna keep doing this. Let's start this other.
Yeah,
thing.
pretty much the reason I'm here is because there was a half attempt at sort of the similar thing.
Yeah.
Like 2 years ago.
Yeah, and it's like I've been doing it. Like I decided to follow through to make sure that when I wanted to do something like this, like I had the ability to be like, here is stuff that I've done that I finished.
Yeah.
Let's do this other thing that I want to do.
Yeah.
Kind of thing.
In terms of motivation, if you're doing it on your own, deadlines are amazing. Like,
Yep.
I've worked better on the deadline than I do with anything else.
Mhm.
You'll get to a point where your motivation will only go so far, and you need to just be disciplined.
Oh,
So
that's the
it's-
other thing. Is like, yeah, it's not about
It's not about motivation.
not about staying It's not about staying motivated. It's
about
about
being
having
disciplined.
discipline and being like remaining focused.
And it's if like when you start a project, you will initially be quite motivated.
Yes.
Use that to your advantage to sort of have an easy time being disciplined.
Yeah, lay the foundation down.
Yeah.
For
So like
for
even
when
if
you
you're
have to come back to
motivated,
it.
still go like if you want to be like, oh, I want to spend like an hour a day working on something.
Mm-hmm.
Even if you're motivated, don't be like, oh, I spent like 6 hours yesterday, I'm going to take the day off. No, do that hour.
Yeah.
Even like do that small hour. Even like force yourself to only do an hour a day.
Yeah.
So that you get used to what it's like to spend an hour on a project rather than 6 hours on a project.
Exactly.
Because then you'll find that the regular days where you don't have a deadline coming up,
Yeah.
you'll still be able to just
Doing that
grind away
hour.
at something.
Yeah, and I mean, like I've talked about this a lot, but that's
Yeah.
why I can write so much is because I do it every single day, and I always. And the other thing is like the more time you spend with a project, the more hours you spend physically with a project, the more you kind of get across your own head, and like the more love that goes into it, so the better it becomes. Like say you're a professional Minecraft builder, because I know that's a job you can do now.
Yeah,
You can build for servers or
It's
whatever,
the same as like
which is sick.
being a professional Lego builder. It's
Yeah.
just online.
And like the reason that they build such amazing stuff is because they spend time with it. They're like, I'm gonna spend 3 hours a day, even if you don't build anything. I'm just gonna walk around the area I've started, or I'm gonna you just spend time in that space, and the ideas start to happen. So as long as you, I guess our advice is start doing do something to completion, and find your ability to be disciplined, and then search for other people.
And the big part is to completion.
Yes.
Because it's really easy and you will end up with a lot of experience of starting things. But obviously you only get experience finishing something when you actually finish something.
Yes, and the finishing is one of the hardest
Finishing's usually harder.
things. So do that more.
Well, obviously you physically can't.
No, but
unless you take half-finished projects and finish them, which is kind of it's not really
not even
normal.
that. But if you've unrealistically if you've got a project and you've unrealistically projected your ability to complete it, find a way to make it in some way finished.
Sort of draw back your scope, find a finish point,
close the
and
loop.
go do it.
Yeah, closing the loop is the important thing.
It's probably the best thing that other people can do for you when you're starting out is to not help you, but to just be sort of an external, almost an external motivator.
Yep.
Basically, if you tell someone that you're working on something and you go like, oh yeah, like I'm doing this, and if they go, oh, that's really cool, don't let them go, oh, can I work on it with you? And you say yes.
Yeah,
Make them go, oh, I can't wait till it's ready.
Yeah, and
then make them bug you.
Make them ask you about it. Yeah, be like,
Yeah.
hey, how long of this?
Like, talk to them about it. Be like, oh, they're like, this is what I'm doing so far. And, like, get them excited for it, because then, like that adds an extra layer of like it's almost like a deadline. It's
also,
an external deadline.
It's also good practice at the professional part of projects where you have to actually sell it.
Oh yeah.
One of the hardest things for us initially is like, how do we sell this?
You need a good pitch.
Yeah, but like the more you talk about it with friends, the more you realize like what does work and what doesn't work, and what sounds good and what doesn't. So I guess that's
There's a really good talk done by one of the Vlambeer guys, who are the two Swedish guys who made like Luftraster's Super Crate Box. Basically, just really small, really like well designed like arcade games. He did a talk about like the basis just being your game sucks.
Yeah.
And talking about like your game pitch sucks, your idea sucks. You know, like 90% of indie games go down in flames.
are garbage. Yeah.
Yeah, 90% of first times are failures.
Yep.
And chances are you won't be the 10%.
Yep.
And it's just a case of you just have to give yourself the best chance you can.
Yes.
And then just hope.
I mean, we've said this a lot, and it's like success is about luck, circumstance, but it's also about the only way you're successful is if you just keep doing it, and if you do
you just
enough
have
stuff.
It's just law of big numbers.
Yeah, but that's I guess I guess that's our answer to that. So take from that what you can or will. The next question comes from Peaches, one of our. I don't know whether or not Peaches is. I don't know what gender Peaches is, but good.
What else is in the Teachers of Peaches?
The Peaches of Teachers. So this comes from Peaches via email. She says, "Hi, Ben and DCM."
We're going to assume it's a female.
I guess.
Yeah.
Thanks for answering my question last time. It was a few weeks ago.
What was the last...
It was a long time ago. I've
last
let this email sit for a while. Follow-up question. I know that you all work hard at what you do. She's got in brackets you and the DCM Works team. And it must be difficult. Wanted to know how you convey the challenge to other people of what you do without them coming across as first world problems, in inverted commas. Excuse the term. Stay golden, jerks. So, I
show people screenshots on my desktop and tell them to... this is what I'm doing.
That's a bad thing.
That usually scares people enough.
Well, yeah. Like, so here's...
Depends what you're doing.
Here's my advice.
As a programmer, like, my desktop scares a lot of people.
Yeah.
But as a writer, it's just a bunch of words, obviously.
That's so, like, the easiest thing for me, like, it's... I kind of get what she's asking, because, like, what we do doesn't make any money yet.
Yeah.
So, like, people are, like, you don't want to
be
like...
portfolio.
You don't want to be like, oh, I've got to spend hours editing this podcast that no one listens to, that isn't making any money. Obviously, that's not true. Yeah. We have a lot of listeners now, but, like, that was originally what it was. And, like, trying to explain that to people, they're like, oh, well, that's not really a problem. Like, that's just a hobby or whatever. Or, like, it's... So I think what she's asking is there a way that you have dialogue with people where you're able to convey the challenge of what you do without seeming like you're complaining about something which is kind of a non-issue?
What I do is when someone's like, oh, what do you do? And I say I make games. And then they ask the inevitable question, why? I sort of give them the plan. Mm-hmm. So everyone that does something creatively has a plan.
Yes.
Which is...
That is true.
Yeah, everyone has the plan.
I've got a bloody plan, mate.
Everyone has the plan. And what I do is I sort of just give them the quick version of the plan. Like, why am I making games that no one plays, like, once a month?
Yeah.
And it's because... So I can build a portfolio.
So that you can get the opportunity to work on a game that someone's going to play.
Yeah, so I can have a portfolio so that my resume actually looks decent.
Correct.
So that I can actually work in the industry.
Mm-hmm.
Most plans of, like, early stage of, like, creative industry is something similar to that. It's just, I'm just doing a lot of things so that I can get a job.
No, I think you've given creative people as a whole, I'm including us in this umbrella, way too much credit. Most plans... Okay, so I'm going to give you a little... quick analogy from my life as I did a first year writing course this semester.
Yeah.
Because I had to fill in a spot on my timetable and I wanted a class that I didn't need to go to. Yeah. So I was like, hey, first year writing's good.
I did a first year web design course for that same reason.
Yeah. I was like, I don't want to go. I don't have enough time. I'm working full time. I don't have time for this. Yeah. So I met this guy. He was lovely, nice guy. And I was like, oh, so what do you want to do? And he's like, oh, I want to write fantasy novels. I was like, oh, sick. So, like, what have you written so far? And he's like, oh, nah. Like, I want to write fantasy novels. I'm like, yeah, but how many have you written? Like, how many novels have you written? Like, because I'm like, he is a student. He lives at home and he doesn't have a job. So I'm like, oh, yeah, so presumably a fuckload of novels. Yeah. Like, hopefully way more than I have. I'm very jealous of that time that you have to do that.
Yeah.
And he was like, oh, no, like, I haven't really finished anything.
That's the problem.
I'm like, dude...
I mean, in the past,
Come on now.
so like I am unemployed. I'm just throwing it out there. I think we've covered that in a few.
We've covered
episodes.
this a few
I'm
times.
currently
yeah,
unemployed.
currently.
But studying as well. In the past, probably 3-4 months, I've started and finished about 3 games.
Yeah.
One of which was a student project, so it was partially my work.
Of which you're wearing the bloody t-shirt today.
Oh yeah.
How good.
Yeah, I love this
Yeah,
shirt.
well done.
It's a comfy shirt,
It looks nice.
and I like the logo.
Yeah.
Our graphics design was a really
It's a
cool
good
guy.
purple.
Yeah, it was. Our graphics designer guy was really clever. Yeah, but so it's like, you just gotta complete things.
Yeah.
When you have the time, just finish things, and I guess that's how I describe
That's fair enough.
sort of the difficulty,
I
because
th-
it's difficult. It's just like, I'm trying to get into an industry that is super competitive,
Yeah.
and also hardly exists in Brisbane.
I think the other thing to consider, and this might just be a language thing, that just that the use of she's put it in inverted commas on purpose because she knows it's a bad term, but that idea of like first world problems or whatever, like people have fucking problems with their iPhones and like fucking
I
third world
don't
countries.
consider it a first world problem because it's
It's just a problem. But I guess we also don't think of problems as being like that because for us everything is like everyone has different
just part
problems on
of
different
the-
levels.
yeah.
So like I've talked about this before, but like don't bleed over other people. I think that's kind of what this question's getting at is like how do you talk about these challenges without being like, oh, it's so hard. And I think,
because most people would just go, you can just not do that.
Yes.
But our response is, we can't. It's part of the plan.
Yes.
While most people's plan is just go to uni and then get a job
Yeah.
after, which is fair enough. Our plan
yeah.
involves a little bit more than that.
It's so much. Like the other day, another analogy for you on this particular, I think particularly first world. This is actually at the party I mentioned in last week's episode, where
Party with the shitty Christmas film.
yeah, the party. That's that one. Yeah. And someone was like, "Oh, what do you do?" I was like, I work full time at a software engineering firm. I run a startup production company and I write novels."
Yeah.
And there was this pause, and they were like, "Oh, is that it?" I was like, "No, I also work at the university that I attend." They were like, "Oh, haha, I was kidding," and I'm like, "No, but that is also
That's also
like,
something.
yeah, that's my second job, yeah." And they were like, "Oh, well, like, why don't you just study and work?" And I was like, "Oh, because
Because
like-
I study.
yeah, I was like, because I study
Oh,
the stuff that I do on my free time."
Yeah.
And they were like, "Oh, well, why do you do it in your free time then if you haven't studied it yet?" And I'm like, "Because how else do you learn?"
Yeah.
Like, I just was really, and I was like, "Oh, I forget. Like,
I
this
think-
is just
I think-
a person."
I
Like,
think
they
one
didn't
big
quite-
thing that for me was the tipping point was when my like quote unquote hobby for game development started to bleed into my study. When it was like, oh, like on a day when I would normally go home and just be like, oh, I have some time off, let's just like work on my project. I would go home and work on an assignment because it is my current project.
Yeah.
And I think when you start making that bleed, then it's like, I think that's the point where you can go, yeah, I'm probably doing what I
You clearly
enjoy.
picked the right thing. Yeah.
I'm doing the right thing.
Yeah, that's right. And you don't always have to enjoy it. Is the other thing. Sometimes
Yeah.
it sucks.
Oh yeah, and that's where the
Look,
discipline comes in.
yeah, and it's a
It
lot of
sucks.
it's a lot of like I was saying to Ben before we recorded today that I pretty much been working 48 hours straight because I just helped my parents move or whatever and a few other
Yeah.
things, and I've pretty much been cutting audio for 48 hours, and it's driving me insane.
Yeah.
Like I've been staring at Sony Vegas for the last 2 days, and I hate it. But
I hate the Sony Vegas UI.
But at the same
it's
time,
like half the
like-
reason I don't do YouTube much
Yeah.
anymore is because I fucking hate
But
Vegas.
like at the same time, like I'm producing more YouTube content than I ever have. It's getting more hits than it ever has, and everything is like I'm tired all the time at the moment, but it's all working.
Yeah.
And so I'm like, great, good. So like as much as it's sometimes tough, it's usually worth it because I can always see where I'm going next.
Yeah.
So I guess that's just like contextualize it. And a good thing, like if you have a conversation with someone, they ask what you do, you don't want to sound like you're complaining about how hard it is. Just like give them analogies that make it easy for them to access how difficult it might be to like do the thing that you're doing.
Yeah.
So if you're like, oh, so like say that person is like super fit. They're like, hey, you know that bit like in the middle of your workout where you just kind of want to give up, but you don't because you do it every day. They're like, oh yeah, I remember, yeah, like that's if they're exercise nut
The
or whatever.
wall.
Yeah. You're like, hey, well, I do that, but at my computer doing this crazy coding stuff, and like, as much as it's tough, I know that it isn't also, and I'd be like, oh yeah, great. I
Yeah, there was
understand.
a
so yeah, try not to.
there's a blog post somewhere which does a really good comparison between manual labor and being a programmer.
Yes.
And it basically, the gist of it is, yes, it's not manual labor, but the hours are horrible, and just the things you have to do are just like mind-numbing.
Yep.
At points.
Oh yeah. I work at a software engineering
Especially when
firm,
you're
I
just a
agree.
code monkey.
Yes.
Because then you're just expected to solve problems.
And you get told to solve problems that you actually can't solve in ways that you actually can't do, and you have to make it work anyway.
Pretty much.
Yeah, so that's... Anyway, that's not even a sobering note for that question, but yeah.
Yeah.
That's, I guess, that. So, I guess on to today's topic of this episode. The reason that I've kind of split this up as half of the letters and half of the topic is just because the topic isn't that long.
Yeah.
So, that's whatever.
It's pretty quick topic.
Peek behind the curtain.
Yeah.
So this is just stuff that we're doing in 2016. So
Yeah.
I just made a list of stuff that I'm doing in 2016. That's what this is.
I generally not off the top of my head.
This is another of our great episodes where we just list stuff. People seem to love that.
Yeah.
People love that, I think.
Another list episode.
So stuff I'm doing. Bloody Firewatch, which is a first person exploration game.
Yeah, pretty interesting art style.
Looks pretty interesting. Most of the gameplay is you communicate with someone via radio.
Yeah.
It's kind of the entire game is about conversations and that kind of thing.
Getting to a point.
Yeah.
It's very journey-esque.
So it's super interesting to me that's... And it's got quite a big budget. It's had
It's
quite a lot of
Ubisoft,
traction.
is it?
No, it's a independent studio.
Oh, okay. I thought it was published by Ubisoft.
I don't think so. I think it's...
Is it Ubisoft's indie department? Like the people that did Grow Home?
It may be.
Because they're doing like Grow Home and Child of Light with some pretty
Let's
like
have a
big...
look. Not sure, to be honest. No, it's Campo Santo.
Yeah.
If that means anything. Campo Santo
Means nothing to me.
they're just a San Francisco game dev.
No, okay.
It's their first game as their studio.
Ooh, they're a Silicon Valley startup then.
Yeah, and they've got a lot of traction.
They've got an actual decent game.
Yeah, it looks great.
Mm.
Yeah, I'm gonna check that out. We'll probably do some content with it at some point. Probably not a full Let's Play because it's a narrative-based game, and that can kind of be weird sometimes because it's all dialogue.
Yeah, I never really because like for me, Let's Plays I watch for games that I'm probably never going to play.
Yes.
Like I watch lots of Let's Plays for like Five Nights at Freddy's because I find the mechanics really interesting.
Yep.
But I don't play them because I don't want to spend $10 on a game that I can watch on YouTube.
Correct.
And get the same experience.
You're the problem with YouTube, man. You're why game developers hate Let's Plays. Just like that's pretty much.
I mean, you can make a lot of money sort of playing off Let's Players.
Oh no, I know, but that's what game developers are like. People don't play the games; they just watch them. But there's so many games I bought because I've been
but
like,
they
hey,
make the game fun to play.
And I've been like, yeah, and I've been like, hey, that game looks like
the
fun.
game's fun to
That's
play.
why I
buy
non-stop
it.
play NBA, the basketball game, is because like
Yeah.
those BOO did 2K15. I was like, this is the best game.
And like games that aren't
2K14.
inherently fun to play, like The Walking Dead, make them very like personal.
Yes.
And people will buy them.
Yeah,
Like
that's true.
you could argue that The Walking Dead's a game that's more fun to watch, but it's not because you're not the one making the choices.
Yeah, it's kind of interesting. That's
There's something
interesting,
like The
actually.
Long Dark, which we don't. No, not Long Dark. Firewatch.
Yeah,
Firewatch.
Yeah.
Firewatch. Yeah.
Interestingly, I also have played The Long Dark. on
Yeah,
the channel.
I mix those up a
people
lot.
really love that game.
Yeah,
Super interesting.
surprisingly.
Yeah, well, it's just really interesting to play. Like, yeah, it's interesting, and like it's like a slow panic thing.
Yeah.
It's fascinating. Yeah. But no, I'm gonna get behind that. My next dot point is all the bloody movies. So like all
There's
of the films
so
that
many
are coming
movies
out.
coming out next
So
year.
here's my hot list, and then we'll go back through them. So we got Deadpool, we got Batman v Superman, we got Jungle Book, we got Civil War, we got X-Men Apocalypse, we got Alice in Wonderland Through the Looking Glass, we got Now You See Me 2, we got Finding Dory, got Bloody Independence Day 2, which I don't care about. We got Tarzan, got Star Trek Beyond, which I'm so excited about. We
I
got
don't care about
Suicide
Star Trek.
Squad, and then we got the bloody Harry Potter with the Beasts thing. With some more wands, I guess. That looks pretty whatever.
Some more.
Trailer was pretty
abracadabra.
boring, to be honest.
Yeah.
Nothing really happened. Didn't see any beasts or how to find them.
Yeah,
Just saying.
maybe that's the point. Maybe that's the point of the trailer. It's how to find them.
Fucking dumb. Show me the beasts.
But they didn't
wanna
show
see
the
him. Want to see him
beasts.
in Harry Potter.
Yeah.
And then also Roald Dahl's Big Friendly Giant. They're doing another adaptation of that, which looks great.
Really?
Yeah, it looks pretty good. So Deadpool, I don't really care about, but I'll probably see it because it looks like fun.
Yeah, Deadpool's one.
Batman v Superman, I'll see because we're doing we're also doing a special 4-episode thing on that film.
Christ.
You're not involved, don't worry.
Yeah, no, I
It's fine.
don't.
Ben does
follow-
not care.
I don't follow enough Batman or Superman.
We got
to
some
give a fuck.
bloody top guests coming in to argue about who would actually win that fight. It's gonna be pretty.
And then you'll
intense.
watch the movie to see who actually does win the fight.
Correct.
And before
It's-
neither of them does, or they both.
No,
die.
they won't get to finish.
True.
It'll be obvious that Superman has the upper hand and someone else will come in. Like I could write this shit myself. It's not that hard. Yeah. So we got some guests coming in. Some of them are Skype calling in from other countries because that's
Ooh, yeah.
the experts that I have, and that'll be good. Probably Civil War is coming out also.
That'll be good.
Marvel. Iron Man's gonna punch. He's gonna get punched probably.
Gonna get punched
Yep.
about 3 times
Yep.
if the trailer serves me correctly.
Yep. Chris Evans is gonna be Captain America. He's probably gonna die at the end because
Because
that's how that comic book ends.
Yep.
Comic book ends. Spider-Man will be in it for like 8 seconds.
Yeah.
So will Ant-Man for like 8 seconds. Good. X-Men Apocalypse, don't care, but it
Don't
looks like
give a
fun. It looks like fun, I guess. I don't know.
I mean, I've watched all the X-Men,
Yeah.
but like not in order.
yeah. Yeah.
But like also not in order in the sense that like I saw First Class before all the others.
That's
So
First
technically in order
Class
because that's
is-
the prequel.
First Class is one of the best.
Oh yeah, it was amazing.
It's all downhill after that.
The time travel one's
Days
stupid.
of Future Past. It's still fun, but
Yeah, that one was terrible.
they kind of mashed together 2 comic books to make that one. It just didn't
Oh, really?
really work. Like, it was fun, don't get me wrong.
I
had
just
fun
didn't
with it.
like how little. I like Storm as a character, and then Days of Future Past, she just dies. Or
Why do you
kind of-
like Storm as a character?
I like
She's
Storm.
so boring.
She's cool.
She's in the new one. You should
I
go
like
see
her.
You should go see
I just like her
Apocalypse.
power.
They've got young
I just-
Storm in the park. She's in the next film.
I just think her power's cool.
It's young her. She's good.
Plus, her actor's quite fine.
Bloody Halle Berry.
Yeah, Halle
Yeah,
Berry's
good.
great.
It's not Halle Berry in the new one, but young Storm's in it. She looks pretty sick. She's got a dope
Yeah.
mohawk. She's got a good faux hawk going in this new trailer. Yeah.
That's pretty hardcore.
That was how her hair was always like a weird mohawk thing in the comic books. That's good, I guess. Bloody Alice in Wonderland Through the Looking Glass. I know you don't care about it, but I'm pretty excited.
I mean, is it?
It's the sequel to
who's
that one with the Australian chick.
Who's directing it?
Tim Burton.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I'll
it's
probably see it.
with bloody Johnny Depp as the Mad Hatter again.
Yeah.
It looks like fun. The first one.
I mean, the
was great.
first one was okay.
First one was fuck off. First one was fantastic. I love those, but only because I did
don't like Johnny Depp. As
our
Mad Hatter.
our toward of our end of grade 12 thesis thing that we did.
The
Extended essay. I
Yeah.
did mine on the lost chapters of Through the Looking Glass. So
Oh, yeah.
like I'm pretty well invested.
I did mine on torrenting.
Fucking bloody boring, mate. Bloody boring. Mine had a depressed wasp in it with a wig.
I had people download gameplay footage that I had taken. Starting my Let's Play channel from the
Bloody
dark roots of the-
strange. Mine had.
It was just for testing speeds.
What did mine have? Mine had a depressing bee. That was good.
That's cool.
And a guy that did a lot of acid. Spoiler alert, that's who wrote Alice in Wonderland.
Yep.
Now You See Me Too, which will just be a fun romp.
Yeah, it'll be good.
Daniel Radcliffe's in it, good.
Yeah.
Yeah, it'll be fun.
I enjoyed the first one.
It was a lot of fun, yeah.
Jesse Eisenberg's really good
He's
as
really good.
those kinds of
Yeah,
characters.
just a kind of slick douchebag.
Yeah,
why
it's
he's
pretty
gonna
much.
be-
Yeah, that's
he'll
why
be-
he's
He'll be great.
Mark
Lex.
Zuckerberg.
Yeah. Then we got Finding Dory, which will be great, obviously.
Which will be. I wonder it. So like, I don't know if it's a worldwide thing, but definitely in Australia, Finding Nemo was like everyone
owns
the
that DVD. Every
Yeah,
single person.
Everyone
in
owns the DVD.
I don't know
copy of
why, but
Finding
everyone
Nemo.
owns it. Like everyone.
Like, did you have the? We had the special edition.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I've got
it's
the
just-
I've got the DVD. It's a
I
special
wonder
edition.
if like Finding Dory will become like.
I own the Blu-ray, and I don't even have a Blu-ray player. Like I guess my PS4 can, but like
It came out at just such a perfect time that like I'm almost wondering if something else will come out. Well, probably it's no. If there was a new format that like Finding Dory would be like the most bought, that format of it, the format would be out by now.
correct.
But it probably won't be Blu-ray
No,
because that's probably Avatar.
I reckon it'll just be like some kind of a direct download service that we haven't seen yet.
Yeah,
Like it'll be
that
someone like
Finding Dory is the most
someone will like
downloaded on.
throw 30 cents at a film, have it forever, and that'll be that.
Dude, that would be insane.
Yeah.
I mean, like literally, I am still waiting for the steam of like movies and TV shows.
Yeah. We haven't really seen it yet.
Netflix isn't really it.
Yeah,
'cause
look,
it's a
Netflix is
monthly
great, but yeah,
it's great, but it's a monthly subscription,
yeah,
which
it's-
isn't what I want.
Yeah, it's totally worth it for me though, because I watch so much crap.
Yeah, I only watch like specific stuff.
Okay. See, I just I just watch stuff while I'm editing or whatever because I need something to stop me from going insane.
Yeah.
So I've been watching Parks and Rec lately because I never watched that, and that shit's great. But I realized the other day I was slowly losing my grip on reality because I was texting someone and they weren't really full sentences. They were just like
Quips.
quippy, funny things that I was, and I'm like, I'm losing it. Like,
He's like, I need to
I was
stop.
like, I need to go sit
I have a
outside for a
problem.
bit. Bloody Independence Day 2, couldn't care less. Never saw the first one.
Really?
Yep,
It's
don't
got
care.
Will Smith.
Do not care.
Is he in the second one?
No, his son is not his real son. His son in the film.
I was gonna say
Yeah.
Jaden Smith. Yes.
Oh god, no.
Oh,
Yeah, that's the thing.
I love
This
Jaden
is a
Smith.
trailer for it or whatever, I guess.
He's such a bad actor though.
He's not good.
Willow Smith is also a bad singer.
Good. Yeah, no.
She had one song. It was the best song ever.
Jaden's
I
alright.
want my hair back and forth.
Jaden's an okay actor though. No, not actor, rapper. I meant. He's
What?
not. He's not.
Neither of those things were
He's not
correct.
tr- He's alright. Whatever.
It's like saying Will Smith was a good rapper.
Fuck off. Will Smith was fucking the illest. Shut the fuck up.
The illest
Everything he did
PG-rated
with
rapper.
everything he did with fucking Jazzy Jeff that was so
God.
good. There's so many good albums.
So stupid.
The 90s remembers you fondly, Will Smith.
Yeah.
Uh,
The 90s only.
Fucking Tarzan is also coming out, I guess.
I have no idea what.
It looks fucking
I have
awesome.
no.
The premise of it is it's kind of like The Hook, but for Tarzan. Remember Hook for Peter Pan, where it's like
That was great.
he's like an adult and he's become a fancy British person and he has to go back to the jungle, and it looks so good.
That it could be good.
I was like, that's
I
weird.
mean,
but
who's the bad guy?
I don't know. Doesn't seem like there's gonna be an ultimate big bad. Like it's not gonna be like here's a villain who's bad.
It might just be like a political drama
Yeah.
about the monkeys.
maybe. It looks really fun.
Yeah.
There's a great scene at the end of the trailer. The
Is it
stinger.
like tree sliding still?
Yeah.
I just thought that was weird. Just like fucking mega.
Yeah, they were
sprinters.
super. There was a really long-running TV cartoon animated series based on those films, wasn't there?
It was George in the Jungle, the TV show. Oh no, there was
Yeah.
a
It went for ages.
yeah.
It was like 37 episodes.
There was
It
that TV
massive.
show called with that ugly rabbit.
Is it
and
called The Adventures of Tarzan or something like that?
I don't know. This
I
is
forget.
unrelated, but there was that
Oh, okay.
that TV show with the rabbit and the rabbit and the poodle.
What?
You don't remember? It's like this
What
cartoon.
are you talking about?
It's like this rabbit and a poodle like
Yeah.
stuck on an island because they like crashed. And
What the
it's
fuck
just,
are you talking about?
dude, oh, it's the best. I don't forget the name of it,
Gee, okay, I'll take your word for it.
but
I'm a
that's
little
the best
scared.
show ever.
I'm a little scared.
It's the best show.
Arthur is still a thing. That's the it's
Wait.
the best.
Arthur.
Yeah, Arthur.
Really?
It's so bad. It's so
That's insane.
That's amazing. Anyway, Buddy, Star Trek Beyond. I'm excited. Good.
Yeah.
Yeah, you didn't watch the other ones, but
Couldn't
I'm
care
excited.
less.
I've always been a fan of Star Trek. It looks like the Star Trek version of Guardians of the Galaxy, which is great.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah, it's gonna be sick.
When's Guardians 2?
Next
year?
year.
Year after next? 2017?
Yeah, it started 2017.
Yeah.
I believe. Suicide Squad.
I never really got. And they're like, I know when they like revealed it at Comic-Con, like there was so much hype behind it, but I was like, okay, it's like the bad guys of DC.
Well, it's because they're amazing comic books. Like they're so.
Oh,
good.
really?
It's one of those things where like the first time that comic book came out, it was a thing. Like it was the best.
Yeah.
Because they were like, what if we had these crazy, insane supervillains who often fight good guys, just do a bunch of stuff because they have to and are
Yeah.
forced to interact with each other. It's super good. There's a great film, actually, which is based on the Arkham universe, about the Suicide Squad. That's really good. Where they have to break into Arkham Asylum. It's really
Right.
interesting. But yeah, I don't know, like, I'm not super excited for it, but we'll definitely see it.
Like I saw the trailer and I was just confused more than anything.
Yeah, see, as someone that knows the comic books, it's like, oh, I know exactly what's happening.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's going to be one of those things where it's, if Superman v Batman is a thing, or Batman v Superman, sorry, that's a thing, it's going to be huge.
Like a good, like if it's good.
Yeah, if it's amazing, if it blows up, then yeah, Suicide Squad will be huge.
Yeah.
We got Fantastic Beasts and Where to Find Them as my last one. We touched on this before. We don't really care, but we'll see it.
Harry Potter for me is the same as X-Men, where I've seen them all, just not in order.
Yeah, like I like Harry Potter, but I just don't really like the trailer. Did not make me give a shit.
Yeah, because when I was a kid, I was part of the fucking Christian Baptist church, which was all super anti
Thought
Harry
you were going to
Potter.
talk about Hayden Christensen for a minute, and I was worried.
No.
Good.
Like, so my whole family was like, anti Harry Potter when I was growing up.
Why?
Because it's like witchcraft and
Lots of strong Christian themes in it.
yeah, but like most Christians, like,
You're like if you're Christian and you hate Twilight, the whole thing's about religion.
well, no, it's like because it's like wizards and magic and shit, and most Christian churches are against that.
Yeah, because they haven't read it, obviously. Harry Potter's the
Well,
dopest.
yes, no,
Yeah.
that's
Harry
90%
Potter's
of.
so good. Like if I
I
was
just
Christian,
I just never got into it as a kid, so
Yeah.
I haven't been into it.
no, fair enough. Yeah, see, it was like one of the first things I read.
Yeah, no.
Not good. Bloody.
First thing I read was the Railroad Children.
It's depressing.
Yeah, it's
Um,
pretty sad. It's pretty rough.
But yeah, we don't really care that much. We'll see it. Whatever.
Yeah, I'll probably see it.
I had Roald Dahl, which I mentioned before. They're doing Big Friendly Giant. They're remaking that.
It'll
Should
be
be good.
right. As long as it's not like James and the Giant Peach. That was horrible.
That was disturbing.
Yeah.
It's not. It's live action. It looks alright. The trailer was really good, actually. You had a bunch of VR as one of your dot points.
Yeah. There's
Like
gonna
a bunch of kit coming
like,
out.
Heaps of VR's gonna come out
Hopefully,
next year.
VR will take off this year. Might be not shit.
I mean, there's a few like really insane VR games being developed. I think I showed you one, the Hover Junkers.
Yeah.
Which looks insane. It's like the best idea for VR ever, where it's essentially like non-Oculus VR, so
Yeah.
like actual movement around a room VR, not just head
Yes.
tracking.
Yeah.
Because like the premise of it is pretty simple. You're just on a ship that flies around, and you shoot other people on other ships.
Yeah.
It's like Guns of Icarus, except the
Yes.
ship's a lot smaller, and you shoot other people rather than the ships.
Mm-hmm.
And they use the tracking really well, where like instead of other games where you just press a button and you lock into cover, you physically get behind cover,
Yeah.
and you can actually like point guns around cover and just be seeing. It's just all in all, it just looks fun,
It does. Yeah.
and I think there'll be a lot of interesting things to come with VR.
I want to go play laser tag with VR. That's what I want. I want to go to a laser tag arena where they have VR. And play laser tag, but also with VR.
The problem, I think games for a while will probably stick to like railroady kind of VR, where like you move around on something which moves around.
Yeah.
Because being able to do like the current technology for like treadmills and stuff like omnidirectional treadmills is just not there.
No, I want to go to a Laser Force arena and play Laser Force
Where
like
you
normal,
actually
but have a
move
VR
around.
headset on. Yeah.
That'd be interesting.
That'd be
it
good.
would be pretty intensive. I think there is a company doing that.
Yeah, over in Melbourne, I think.
Yeah, in the US as
Yeah.
well. I forget what it's called, but like they're basically doing that where they built a room
Yeah.
with like basic
Obstacles and
basic
stuff and-
geometry
yeah.
for things, which then you VR over.
Yeah, yeah. There's definitely a place in Melbourne that does it.
I think the main issue will just be latency.
Yeah.
Main issue with all VR is latency,
Yeah.
because if it's
'Cause
even slightly off, you notice it.
Because you need a fucking computer behind it.
Yeah.
the
Well, and
problem.
just like if you turn your head and your view in game doesn't turn at the same rate, like your brain will just freak out and you'll probably throw up
Yes.
or just get a very bad headache.
Oh, did I tell you the guys who make The Last of Us, they tried to make The Last of Us into a VR game?
And they just
And they were like, they couldn't, like, it was too scary. Like, it was just,
yeah.
people
That's the thing
couldn't-
with VR.
Because, like, there's points in the game where if you try and sprint, because you're a baby, you'll sometimes fall over.
Yeah.
People would lose their shit when they were like, oh, what the, because you're actually still standing up.
Yeah.
So they're like, oh, like, it was just people freaking
Yeah. It
out.
wouldn't.
And then, like, some of the jump scares, people just lost their minds. Like,
That's the thing with VR. You can't. Well, that's the thing that's interesting with VR. It'll be a really interesting. Like, there's going to be a new element developers are going to be able to play with, where you could play a game, feel super immersed, and then, like, games a lot like they'll like take control away from the player to do some sort of spooky, interesting thing, and it's like, yeah, it's whatever. It's just a cutscene, but
You can't have VR.
when in VR,
Because it's so disorientating.
well, you could use it for that effect.
Oh, that's true.
You could just like throw the players like controls, which is their body, completely out of
man,
whack,
that'd
and
be
you'll just
so
have a
weird.
complete out of body experience. You'd just be like, ah.
I feel like there might be some ethical issues with that.
I don't think it would be ethical. I think it would just be a case of if it's done wrong, it'll just feel bad rather than
Yeah.
being like, oh, like interesting. But if it's done right, it'll be like
It'll be amazing.
it'll be a rug pull essentially,
Yeah.
which is good because we need more of
We
those.
need more of that. All right.
We need
so-
more non-narrative rug pulls. More mechanical
Yes.
is what VR will be pretty powerful in doing.
Yeah, that's
Because
true,
most oh shit moments currently are just entirely narrative driven, and only a few games really pull off.
actually.
like
The
mechanical.
wise, yeah.
Yeah.
There's a great moment. Oh, I can't think of what the the game was. It was like in 2007 or 6 or something. It was like a narrative-driven first-person game. And at some point, like, you pretty much assume that's the whole game.
Yeah.
And someone, like, chucks you a blaster. And they're like, okay, go. And you're like, wait, what? And you're in the middle of, like, an FPS. And it's just, like, you get through, like, 90% of the game. And it's a super robust FPS.
Yeah.
For, like, the last 10%. And then it's back to being a narrative for the end of it. And you're like, what? That was weird. Like, it's just really interesting. But stuff like that, if you can do it right. We did a whole episode on this.
We did.
Go listen to that.
Yeah. It's like episode 3.
Yeah.
Something early.
The other thing I had was, I guess, to round up and round out this episode. For DCM Works, we got the audiobook stuff on the way. I've been working on that tirelessly. It's driving me mental. We got more Bloodborne coming up, obviously.
Bloodborne.
We have a PS4, so if you think there's a game we should play on the PS4, let us know.
We should get Rocket League.
Or in any of the... No, we're not. Or in any of the consoles. I'm not garbage human.
Yeah, good.
I'm not garbage human.
I really dislike Rocket League.
Yeah.
That's for another
That's not
episode.
even. Yeah. Or any consoles, because we can record those now. Let me know. Leave that... So, email me or something. And yeah, we're also... I'll put this at the top as well. I'll do like a promo of some kind. We're also looking for a female co-host. So if you live in Brisbane...
Yeah, if you happen to live close.
Yeah, the odds of this are very low, but
Yeah.
whatever. Yeah, shoot me an email, which would be david@dcm.works. I'll put some more information in the show notes, but yeah, so if you're interested at all, we're looking to try and balance out our genders a bit, because we
It's
have very
fucking
biased opinions, and we're
Sausage
quite
City over here.
Sausage Fest.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's about it for us for this week. We did it again. Did a whole week of the podcast. Well done.
Yep.
Good job.
Good job, everyone.
Any closing
Round out
thoughts
for lunch.
on 2016?
It'll be alright.
It'll be something.
2015 felt like it didn't even fucking exist, to be honest.
Well, it's
Just
because
came and went.
It's because we've been working the whole time.
It's been ridiculous.
Yeah, I'm exhausted, and I have a few weeks off on holiday, and I've so far not relaxed at all.
Yeah, I have about 1 week off uni, then I'm back.
I've done more work than ever, and it's the holidays.
Yeah,
Yay!
that's what. It's usually how it happens.
Yep.
Yeah.
So any closing thoughts before we head off?
No.
No,
Happy
good.
New Year, everyone.
Yeah, good. Or not, if it
Get
hasn't happened
wasted
yet.
on New Year's.
Oh, don't.
Or if you've
Whatever.
already been wasted.
Stop
then,
doing that.
Yeah.
Get less
relax.
wasted. Have a coffee.
Yeah.
Yeah, that'll be it from us. Where can people find us, Ben?
Oh,
Ooh.
podcast at DCM.works.
Hey, bloody...
We're on Twitter.
Twitter,
DCM
DCM_works.
works.
Yeah, there you go. Patreon.com/DCMworks.
There's a YouTube somewhere.
All that stuff in the show notes or whatever.
Yeah.
You can listen to the podcast on YouTube
Buy
as well.
a t-shirt.
Buy a t-shirt. Yeah, good.
We
Buy a
look
t-shirt.
good on your tits.
Yeah, don't be naked. And that's it from us. That's all our plugs. Also, we mentioned Bloodborne, and
Yep.
The Last of Us. Whatever. Good. That's the show, Ben.
Yep. Bye, David.
And
Goodbye. See you later, David.
no, not yet. I'm not ready to go. I don't want to go.
That's amazing. Yeah, the visuals are very like well done, and like the gameplay is super fun, and like because those 3 things are there, it's like it's exceptionally good.
I could do it in a heartbeat and make millions, but it would feel like just gouging my soul out.
Yeah, Jurassic Park's a little more like DDR.
If Shrek is a fairy tale creature, can he actually own land and want to kick them off? Where did that come from? You have to make a lot of shit up to make good art.
Yeah,
That's just the truth of it.